Good day, I'm Twyla Whelan and this is your JIS News for Monday, July 28, 2025. Residents of Jacksontown in Trelawney and surrounding communities are now accessing health care in a more modern facility. Health and Wellness Minister Dr. Christopher Tufton has officially reopened the Jacksontown Health Center following major renovation and expansion work. The work was done at a cost of over $20 million under the ministry's Operation Refresh program. Dr. Tufton says the government is investing in all community health centers to ensure residents have access to high-quality holistic care with curative and preventative health services that will lessen the need for secondary and tertiary care.
Today, we are seeing a transformation in that. And what it means is that primary health care, community health care, and prevention is getting more attention than the curative requirements of accident and emergency and hospital beds. Now we're doing both because we're building out hospitals too.
Funding for the refurbishing works at Jacksontown was provided mainly by the National Health Fund and the Health Support Fund. It included roof repairs, tiling, painting, perimeter fencing, expansion of the waiting area, installation of AC units, electrical upgrades, and paved parking. Starting this September, students will no longer be automatically promoted to the next grade without meeting academic standards. The policy shift was announced during a recent press briefing to update on the work of the Education Transformation Oversight Committee, ETOC. Committee Chairman Dr. Adrian Stokes explained that students falling below grade level expectations would be placed on specialized pathways.
Students who are not at the requisite level will be placed on a pathway that allows them to remediate the learning challenges they are experiencing. Individual learning plans will be developed for these students to ensure proper targeting of learning challenges.
The reform is a direct response to growing concerns that many students, particularly those transitioning from primary to secondary school, are not adequately prepared, even for the demand for them to take up to 10 subjects. Education Minister Dr. Dana Morris-Dixon emphasized the need for greater flexibility in the curriculum to accommodate the needs of students who are struggling with foundational skills.
It makes no sense to have a child go into high school, not able to read, and you give them all these subjects that they have to do when they're sitting there unable to read. And so we have said to the principals, flexibility is yours.
Meanwhile, science laboratories in secondary schools are set to undergo a significant upgrade thanks to funding from the World Bank. The initiative will focus on equipping biology, chemistry, and physics labs with the tools needed to facilitate meaningful hands-on learning. The update was shared by the Portfolio Minister during the recent ETOC press conference.
I've been into some of these labs. I've been in physics labs where I don't see anything. Been in biology labs where I don't see the equipment. And so for us to truly be a STEM country, we have to get the equipment in our science labs.
She explains that the ministry has already begun conducting surveys and audits of science labs in secondary schools to assess the current state of the facilities and determine what upgrades are required. In addition to the science lab improvements, there is also a $400 million investment from Hart NSTA Trust to upgrade technical high school laboratories across the island.
So every single technical high school will be given a state-of-the-art lab. We're spending $400 million on that.
Still on education, ETOC is reporting that implementation of the 365 recommendations from the Jamaica Education Transformation Commission is now at 30%, up from 23% in the previous quarter. Chairman of ETOC, Dr. Adrian Stokes, says the work is advancing across all pillars of the reform plan. He reveals that 2 more initiatives were completed this quarter, bringing the total to 17 actions finalized since the education reform process began.
We have identified serious issues relating to weak accountability systems and ensuring that individuals within education are held to a world-class standard.
The Mona School of Business has been engaged to assist with a comprehensive review of the Education Ministry as a first step towards ensuring the ministry becomes globally competitive in its administration and policy making.
The next step involves consultation with critical stakeholders before we provide feedback to the Mona School as they finalize their recommendations.
Dr. Stokes says the committee's goal is to have a final set of recommendations by the next press briefing. The government has launched its plastic-free summer campaign to help stakeholders and consumers adapt to behavioral changes surrounding the use of single-use plastics. Led by the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, the campaign coincides with the global observance of Plastic-Free July. Chief Technical Director of Environment Policy and Management in the ministry, Gillian Guthrie, says the campaign is to warn the public as well as to gain feedback.
It's a way to engage the public and to sensitize them to why we're doing the ban, what is the benefit to their health and to the environment in going to the environmentally friendly alternatives. And to hear from them what are some of the gaps, what are still some of the challenges in instituting the ban, and what next we should be looking at in respect of plastic.
The National Environment and Planning Agency, NEPA, is reporting a 90% change in consumer use of eco-friendly shopping bags compared to single-use plastic bags, commonly called scandal bags.
And one matrix that we can use is with respect to the data that we're getting from International Coastal Cleanup Days. We have seen significant reductions in the single-use plastic that we pick up along our beaches and coastline.
And finally, Prime Minister Dr. Andrew Holness has described former Senator and Minister Don Webby as a visionary leader whose influence spanned both public service and private enterprise. Mr. Webby passed away on Saturday at the age of 62. In a statement, the Prime Minister says his passing is a tremendous loss for his family, colleagues, the communities he uplifted, and for the nation he so passionately served. Dr. Holness reflects that Mr. Webby served with integrity as government senator and minister without portfolio in the Ministry of Finance from 2007 to 2009, and again in the Senate from 2016 until his retirement in 2024. During these years, he says Mr. Webby was always offering wisdom and mentorship while having a firm belief in the potential of his homeland. The statement continues with acknowledgement of Mr. Webby for not only his professional excellence, but for his character and unwavering commitment to Jamaica's future. Don Webby joined Grace Kennedy Limited in 1995 and served as the group's CEO for 14 years until his retirement in February this year. Prime Minister Holness is expressing deep condolences to his family and the staff of Grace Kennedy and is encouraging that his legacy continues to inspire us to serve with purpose, integrity, and love. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Twyla Whelan. Thanks for watching.